Hello, Capricorn. Yoga Mystic here at your service to do a weekly energy check-in tarot reading for the sun sign of Capricorn. I have cleared the energy, the space, and the cards with Palo Santo. Spirit, please preside over this reading for the sun sign of Capricorn. Allow your energies to move and flow through the cards in such a way that Capricorns can receive the messages they need at this time. So let's see what's going on with you this week, Capricorn. Okay. We've got the Hierophant card. So a spiritual evolution, a spiritual elevation. Okay. The Nine of Swords. Some overthinking going on. You're in your head. What are you in your head about? Your empire, taking charge of your life, taking control of something. Spiritual alchemy. The Temperance card in many ways is having like a foot in the spiritual world and a foot in the earthly world, physical world, spiritual and physical. And you know, you are the sea goat. You have the ability to climb the highest mountains and swim the deepest of the sea, deepest seas. You know, a good balance of like, you know, achievement, but yet depth. Maybe you're realizing this about yourself. If you have been leaning into one more than the other, it's important that you find balance. So if you've been super focused on practicality and getting things done in the physical world and achieving, right? Then maybe it's time you dive into the depths of your emotions. If you've been super emotional, maybe it's time you focus on goals and things you would like to accomplish. Yeah, the end of a cycle of some sort. Okay, so Spirit, tell me, what is the Hierophant card here for? Why is the Hierophant here for Capricorn? Oh, that's too many. That's a whole bundle there. Why is the Hierophant card here for Capricorn? I didn't want to come out. Okay. Yes, it's very similar to the, you know, the practicality and the emotions. The Lovers is telling me you are spiritually working on balancing your inner masculine and inner feminine. Why is the Nine of Swords here? What are we overthinking? What is Capricorn overthinking? Overthinking all your options. You know, Seven of Cups can be illusions too. Illusions, confusion. Sometimes when we have so many options, it's hard to know which way is the right way. So we become confused of like, what is truth? What is my destiny? What is it that I should be focused on? That kind of thing. I think you have a lot of choices, Can you look at it as choices? Can you look at it as a positive thing instead of confusion and illusion? Why is the Emperor card here? Capricorn, the Emperor. Yeah. I think you've been focused on making an investment into yourself. So looking at your self-worth, self-value. What is your legacy? What are you leaving behind? Why is the Temperance card here? For the Seagull. Why is the Temperance card here? Yeah, that's too many. Okay. Temperance for Capricorn. Why is the Temperance card here? Too many. Strength. Yeah, you're alchemizing things. You're changing things. What is the Ten of Swords? End of a chapter, end of a cycle. What is this? What is ending for Capricorn? What is ending? Ah, okay. Something toxic. Something maybe not good for you. It's the end of a cycle, which makes very much, makes sense why the Hierophant is here. When we let go of something toxic or not good for us, we evolve spiritually, we elevate. Okay, so you're letting go of something, ending a cycle that's no longer good for you. You're being strong, you're alchemizing the energies, you're creating change, investing in yourself, focused on your long-term legacy empire, and spiritually elevating, balancing your inner masculine, inner feminine, balancing that seagull of the mountain and the sea, finding balance between your accomplishments and your emotional fulfillments, right? The only thing that really worries me is this overthinking with the options. What are my options? I have so many options. Which one should I choose? Kind of thing. What is advice and guidance? Advice and guidance this week for Capricorn. Advice and guidance, please, Spirit, for Capricorn sons. Advice and guidance. Advice and guidance for Capricorn. The moon. The moon has phases, and so do you. Spirit saying, honor your phases. It reminds me of the Buddha story, like carrying the boat, right? The man was carrying the boat. He came across the Buddha sitting underneath the tree. The Buddha was like, why are you carrying that boat? And he's like, well, I had to build it to cross the river. He's like, but you crossed the river. So it's like we carry things forward sometimes, things that we don't need anymore. So things in the past, instead of shaming yourself, you were the person that you needed to be to get through that time in life. So, it was a phase, and now you're in a new phase. Honor this, honor your phases, honor the path that brought you here, even the trials, the tribulations, the catalytic, moments. Honor the phases. Allow yourself transformation and change too. There's sometimes we think, well, this is working for me. Well, we can get stuck in a comfort zone as well, right? So it's like Spirit is saying, allow yourself to evolve and grow and change. What other advice? Yeah. Keep focusing on long-term legacies, financial security, stability. What other advice and guidance do you have? And celebrate your wins. Make sure you're having fun and being playful, taking time to play. There's that balance too, focusing on the financial security, stability, but also finding time to play. Walk away. Okay, Spirit's telling you to walk away. What do you want Capricorn to walk away from? Doubts, worries, fears. This person is very disappointed and bored, right? They're like, really, this is all there is? But what they don't see is that there's another cup being handed to them, and this cup is very magical. So, walk away from anything that you're bored with, walk away from anything that you're disappointed in, and start looking around you for the magic, the things that are being offered full of magic. Here she's got 4, and I know that here we had all these options of confusion, overthinking. If it's making you feel like this, if it's giving you anxiety, if it's making you overthink, overanalyze, fall into confusion or mental anguish, walk away from it. Celebrate, be playful, have fun, while still focused on longevity. Okay, final outcome. Final outcome for Capricorn. Final outcome. Okay. The wheel. Good luck. The wheel turns in your favor. Good luck is coming your way. The wheel is going to turn in your favor. Any other final outcome? Yeah, and you're going to have the whole world in your hands to move forward in a new way. Let's see what card fell on the floor. Focus on even energy exchanges and allow the death and rebirth to take place. Okay, I'm going to get you an oracle card now. This week I'm using sacred geometry activations. So what sacred geometry activation does Capricorn need? Okay. Wow, we've got 2. Realization and crown chakra, and they both go so well together. Realization. The frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in the world. Wow, that goes so well with the sea goat theme. Heart-centered truth, that emotional depth, and the highest expression in this world, becoming our highest expression in this world, that sea goat climbing the top of the mountain, and the heart-centered truth, the sea goat swimming to the depth of the sea. Okay, then we have the crown chakra. The frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. Transmute. Temperance card, alchemizing, transmute negative energy into light, alchemizing the energy. Okay, very cool. Now there are little activities in the book for these cards, and I'd like to read those. So for the crown chakra, the activation, close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath. Now get into the thought and the feeling that you are infinitely connected to the wisdom of the universe. Do you spend time regularly connecting to Source? Do you do some type of meditation? Make time to get out of your mind on a regular basis to expand your awareness. Okay, so Spirit's saying meditate. And then we're going to go to realization for the activation. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Do you realize the magnificence of who you are and the scale of what you can create while you are here in body? This realization or belief that you are an expression of the creative source makes you a powerful manifester. What is it that you want to accomplish? I love that for you, Capricorn. So this week you're really thinking about what you want to accomplish, finding balance, connecting with source. I love it. I'll see you next time.